What is up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Digital Blackface. It's your man, Poe, right here. Today we have Lambhammer, as always, my co-host. We have my buddy, Single Player Carl, with us in the podcast today.
Ah, yes, lovely. Hello, everyone. We're going to talk about two different things because there's plenty of people who are going to be listening to this podcast to learn and also to laugh and also to seethe. So this one's out here for you little bitches. There's a difference between the terms BLM as they mean two different things, two specific groups of people. We're going to be discussing both. I need to take out my gun for this. I want to make sure you hear every word I say clearly so you don't try to talk shit about us in your mentions anymore. There is a difference between...
They're still going to do that, Carl, right?
I know they will. I know they will. They've been sending me their dick pics, and honestly, 6 out of 10, guys. There is a difference between Black Lives Matter as a sentiment when we, Black people, get unfairly put in the worst kind of chain gang conditions when we're being apprehended, arrested, processed, charged, outright mocked and slandered as criminals, only for people to say, oh, well, you see, it's not their fault. They didn't do nothing. There's a difference between being behind the sentiment and saying, you know what, I don't like it that Black people get fucked over. And there's also a difference between Black Lives Matter as an organized movement and an industry standard for organizing these kinds of protests you've been seeing all over the U.S. country and also other countries the world over, when they say, yes, we are all about Black Lives Mattering, except Black lives like the people of David Doran. Picking and choosing which one you choose to say you mean is the difference between me being able to say, you know what, Sakimi Chan did a lot of good things. She draws a nice titty, but at the same time, she's a monster because she happened to like a couple of posts on Twitter. And the difference between you being one of the people out there, like Candace Owens and a stinky ass Cuddy, deciding to say, you know what, the life of George Floyd, he's just an example of exactly why we just celebrate criminals. And some of y'all being able to sit there saying, all caps are bastards. It's time for us to go fish out the great white horn himself and show them what it really feels like to have a struggle session of their own. If you did not know that those are the two definitions, it as a sentiment and the other as an organization, this is your free chance from me to you, from Single Player Carl, your free N-word pass. So you can say, I'm not going to say on your broadcast, Bo, but you can say, never I knew it. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
Only to people I know, Carl. Only to people I know.
Okay, so anyway, the issue with BLM taking over Twitter these last few weeks is just that it's grown from just people talking about a cause, people talking about George Floyd, people talking about Breonna Taylor, to people actively making it their job to hunt down and attack people who aren't talking about it. Basically, the whole idea is that if you're not talking about it, you're a bad person who thinks Black lives don't matter or who thinks Black people should be shot. When all they're doing is literally just saying, oh, I'm just dealing with my own regular tweets, I'm just putting out my art. I just don't feel like anything I have to say will be important. And they're like, oh no, you have a platform. It's your job to talk about this. Please. It's your job to enlighten. Okay, fine, Carl, go ahead.
I have got this script memorized, everybody. From the likes of people like Salty DK Gann. I'm gonna try my best to get his accent right. Who the fuck do you think you are, John Tron? You have a platform. The fact that you don't talk about this, you could have really used that spaceman. Your silence is really fucking deafening. And then from the Captain A cabs out there who keep harassing people. Oh my God, did you see that they didn't like the BLM post? Why didn't the brand support us? Why are you silent? Don't you know that silence is violence?
Okay, yeah, like I really don't get why they went after. Well, no, that's a lie. I get why they went after John Tron. They'll go after anybody, and especially since they consider John Tron a racist already.
Yeah, Persian and Iranian is the same thing. But but you typically expats from Iran call themselves Persian because Iran now is like, ugh. One of these days, I'd love to get you to talk to Kurosh, my buddy. Oh my God, he's got stories to tell.
You know who I find hilarious that they didn't go after? H3H3 Productions, despite his wife serving in the IDF. I guess Palestinian lives don't matter.
That's too much of an issue for them to bring in right now. They're not going to deal with going over Israel and Palestine or that whole thing while they already have both while it's both Gay Month and Black Month right now. So they have too much on their plate.
Come on, man. You don't think they want to go for the fucking hat trick? Come on.
Come on. They can make the Kamaza connection. Come on, guys, do it. You already did it before.
Look, all I'm saying is, like, when
they could always combine two of them and have the gays and the Black Israelites. I mean, that would be easier.
No, the Black Israelites hate gays. Like, have you not? Black Israelites hate gay people.
Joke.
They hate. Oh, okay.
That's the joke.
Okay, but you did see the video where that black lady in New York was literally cussing out that Jewish guy.
Oh,
right?
Of course.
Mm-hmm. That made me laugh. That made me laugh for too long. Really, if I was a better person, I probably felt bad about how long I laughed about that. It was mostly the slurs. It was the Jewish slurs that made me laugh the most.
There's so many.
You've gone full circle. You're so alt left that you're now just alt right.
Oh yeah, the tweet talking about the it's okay to be homophobic, especially to white gays, but it's not right to be transphobic at all.
I saw that. And I even said, it's like, did Sharat finally transition? This is the first thing I saw. First thing I saw when I saw that. Like, I didn't even read what they said. That's like, oh, he finally did it. Oh, wait a minute. This is someone else. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that's a take. That's hard to unpack.
Also, I definitely know, like, I was, this is a side topic, but I was supposed to be working on this episode. It's supposed to be live reviewed by a sponsor. It's a boomer couple, and I definitely know that we're definitely not getting that sponsorship now. But back to the point.
Well, thanks for watching, folks.
Yeah, thanks for watching, boomers. Back to the point.
Yeah, just call them boomers. That'll ingratiate you real well.
I'm sorry, sir, madam. I'm sorry, sir, madam. I appreciate you giving me the chance, but it looks like we're not getting that sponsorship. But anyway, back to the point. It didn't help that Carl started with just throwing out the B word just immediately. I knew that was it. But anyway,
you knew what was in for.
I knew what I was in for. Yeah, he said bitch, and I was like, oh my god, we started with cursing.
I'm not gonna last very long here if we don't get to curse at all.
No, you can curse now, but like I was hoping this episode would be clean so we could give them.
All right. Yeah.
We could
kind
give
of
them
had
that
to
much.
say that anyway.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my god! But back to the point.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the point. BLM is taking over Twitter. Carl, what happened to you like 2 days ago?
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know what I do here on the greater internet. I'm an asshole, but I'm an intellectual asshole. I'm an intellectual asshole who knows how to use his mouth and knows how to piss people off. And I don't do that just because it's fun. I do that because I know it's fun too. But I do it because there are sometimes people in some community spaces that love in these spaces and places to think that they're smarter than they actually are. And I love to shoot these people in the foot, their kneecap, and their whole ass thigh. Because you know what pisses me off, despite being an authoritarian, the word's hard, being a rhetoricarian speaker who knows what these words mean and how dangerous they can be, especially since a lot of them like to repeat ideologies like, oh, I don't know, communism. It's when people use their self-righteous indignation as a sword and then use my skin as a shield. That shit pisses me right the fuck off. So, on the internet, I happen to end up crossing paths with a man who figures himself as a comic book writer and a journalist of some kind. He's in the middle of canceling an artist right now, one of the original artists that worked on The Simpsons, when he had the audacity to try to talk shit in my general direction. I laughed at his post, and suddenly he shows up to try and ask me some dumbass words and statements. These are what we like to call Captain ACABs. If you don't know what ACAB means, ladies and gentlemen, it means all cops are bastards. Now,
honestly, wait 1 second. Honestly, I really felt like a smarter one would have been some cops are bastard. Scab, it rolls off the tongue much better. Like,
and also
those
the
are
people.
scabs. That's
Isn't
what they
there
believe.
an organization already named Scab though?
I have no idea, and I don't care. 'cause
Scab
I already know the
originally
punch.
referred to strike dodgers, but all the people who would know what that are long dead. So
Exactly.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, boomer vibes, man.
You know these people don't read.
Yeah, they don't. But
I think Uncle Tom's a slur, even though he was the hero of the book. But anyway,
to be honest, I've never read Uncle Tom's Cabin, so yeah, I never had a reason to read it. I mean, I think we did read it in school, but I just like read the cliff notes and then forgot about it like 5 minutes later. But back to the point.
But yeah, did you want to cut in with ACAB or want me to keep going?
I still, they should have gone with SCAB, to be honest. Some Cops Are Bastards just works way better.
Yeah. But anyways, these people, they figure themselves to be great hunters of the digital star ocean, everyone. They go around on the internet finding someone that they can harass, and they do it under any pretenses. It just so happens to be that, as you know, never let a good crisis go to waste. So they want to take the time to try and harass any person who does not outright hate cops, who doesn't say those pigs deserve to fry. You know, that old BLM chant, pigs in a blanket, frying like bacon. If they don't go out and they explicitly say fuck cops, they'll be in your mentions, they'll be in your inbox, they'll be on your company timeline saying how you're a monster and how you need to be canceled. Because how couldn't you stand with all of those little brown boys and girls? You know, the same brown boys and girls that were robbing places like Nike and HLM.
Gotta get them new Jordans, man.
Yeah, you got to cop the Jordans. I got to get my vintage Jordans clear so I can be able to become one of the members of the White Hoodie Force, like Whitney Ryan intended.